Hi, everyone. Welcome back to KelsTells. We are here with another podcast. And today I'm very excited because we have a very special guest today. Today we have Micah.
Hi.
And I'm so excited to have her. Micah is one of my sorority sisters. She's also one of my chapter members in Nu Sigma alumni chapter. But today we have Micah on because we're starting this series of just talking to people who are in Greek life, getting their opinion, getting their advice, getting another perspective other than mine, because I'm sure you guys love my voice and why you love to hear everything that I have to say. It's always good to have someone else's perspective too. So that's why we have Miss Micah on the chat, or really on the call today. Micah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Micah. I'm 5 years old. I crossed Sigma Road back in spring 20 at Upstate underneath the Pi Zeta chapter. I don't know what to say.
How long have you been in your sorority?
It's been about 5 years now.
5 years. So you crossed, I don't do math, you crossed in 2020, right?
Yeah.
She crossed in 2020. So for reference, I crossed in 2012. But me and Micah are close in age too, so I don't feel terribly old. But very recent perspective for you guys, which is why I'm glad that she's my first guest on the channel, so she can tell us a little bit about her experience. So Micah, you said you crossed in Upstate. What was your sorority process like for you? What were some of your peaks, like things that you were really excited about when you were interested, and then some things that you were maybe concerned about when you were interested in joining a sorority?
Just going to the interest meeting, getting all the information that I needed, because I was like, oh no, I was in a hurry. Not really in a hurry, but I was excited. So I was ready. Getting to know the rest of the girls that was kind of like interested in the same chapter, same sorority. A concern, I guess, would be I was most worried about was the money, because being broke in undergrad is very, very real. So getting the money that I needed to cross, that was something that I was worried about.
And let's be clear, when you join an organization, you're joining for more than just your 2 to 4 years that you're in college, depending on when you join an organization. When you join a D9 organization, the expectation is to join for life. So money can be a concern if it's not something that you're prepared for. So I feel you on that. We are how many years into being in graduate membership? I know I'm like at least 4. Probably more than that, but I'm definitely more than 4 years. But since graduating, so I graduated in I graduated in fall of 2014, and it's 2025. So that's still maintaining my active membership since graduating college. And Micah can say the same thing. Once you've graduated, you don't just stop paying dues and you don't stop being a part of the organization. It's a continuous thing. What was, as far as when you became, well, let's backtrack. So you're an interest. What is some advice that you have for people that are interested in joining an organization? What are some do's and don'ts that you would recommend?
Some do's, I would highly suggest that get to know the chapter that you're interested in. Go to other events, make yourself known. I know some like say be discreet, but it's okay. I feel like it's okay to get to know the girls that's in that chapter. Speak to them that you're interested. I like saving money now and thinking like you know that you want to join a sorority. Start saving your money now. Don't. Let's go back to discussion. Don't tell everybody what chapter you're on, what sorority you're on. Let's see what else I might have some more later if they pop up.
Okay. What are did you have any regrets as far as your interest process? Anything that you did that you wish that you didn't do, or anything that you did do, or anything that you didn't do that you wish that you did do? As far as like, because you say to make sure you're talking to chapter members, because I wasn't doing that. I talked to maybe one person at the time that was my RA on my floor. And we really didn't talk like that, but we were very friendly towards each other. But I wish that I talked to other members of my chapter just to like let them know who I am. So do you have any of those types of regrets?
I don't have really like no, I don't really have those type of regrets. Like my child was small, so at the time it was only like one or two of them on campus, and they were like a part of other people, and so which I was kind of like a part of. So it kind of gave me like another outlet, like besides like to bring stuff to know them. So I got to know them outside of like Isaiah, outside of I'm like a person.
Okay. What would be, so after you became a member, what do you say are some of the highlights that you've had? Let's do undergrad and grad chapter. So what are some highlights that you had in undergrad that you really enjoyed, and then some things that you would recommend for improvement if you have any? And then grad chapter, what are some highlights that you have, or what are some things that you would like to see improve in your graduate membership?
I think in undergrad I highlight to be growing. Like I was at my peak undergrad. I was the chapter president, and I feel like that put me out of my box. So just seeing myself being at, I was very, very, very grateful for that. Um, and transferring straight out of undergrad to grad chapter and being able to jump into like an e-board position right then and there to continue that leadership skills, I feel like that was another highlight as well.
Okay. What about for grad chapter?
Um, taking charge. I love taking charge. Right now, I'm like holding chair positions, 3 different committees on the e-board, just a position and like taking action.
I can agree with that. I do enjoy my leadership role that I have in grad chapter currently. So what position do you currently hold? Well, I know this, but for the people listening, what position do you currently hold in grad chapter right now?
I am the epistolist, is what people would call the historian. I'm over the social media, PR, marketing, to like chapter histories up to date. I'm currently the chair of our signature event at the Senior Royale. Got together for this year. I'm also the onboarding committee chair, making sure our new members, transfers, and reactivating members are up to date on sorority stuff. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, Micah has a lot of hats in our chapter.
Right.
And I will say that she does a very, and I'm not just saying this because we're friends, but she does a very good job. Before she became historian, I was the historian of our chapter when we initially chartered. And it's just good to see other people come in after you in those leadership roles and do a very good job. She exceeded my expectations even afterwards, because you gotta think, when you're in a leadership role, you have these goals and aspirations that you want to continue for the next person that come in after you. So I'll give you an example. Because we chartered our chapter in 2021, we really wanted to expand our brand and let people know who we are. So that includes our social media footprint, as well as just people being able to visibly see us and recognize things like our logo and things like that. Micah was actually the one that created our logo for the chapter, and she did that before she even became Epistolius, because we were trying to figure out how we were going to design it. She actually came up with our logo. And on top of that, she's worked on things like our website. She's expanded the website far more than I have. She just has a really good eye for what I call search engine optimization, if any of you guys know what that is. So just when you put in a specific keyword online, it should pull up exactly what you want it to pull up. Micah's very good at our keywords. So anytime you look up our chapter in our area, it's going to pull up New Sigma, which is great. So it's good to have people that come in after you that are equally passionate about your goals for your organization, so that they can make it grow. And I think that's the important thing about being in a sorority too. You kind of have to have the same ideas. Like, we need to be on the same page as far as what we want as a chapter, as well as for the sorority. And you got to recruit people that are in that same mindset as you too. What else? I think those are all like my major questions for you. Any thoughts you'd like to share with the viewers and the listeners as far as being in a sorority, or any advice you have to share with joining an organization for life?
Oh, yes, I want to backtrack, talking about highlights and stuff.
Yeah.
So I had a moment to think about it. So when you're an undergrad, of course, you learn like it's like the basics of like the business side of sorority. But being in grad chapter now, it's like everything's coming at you all at once. So it's like, oh, this is business for real. It's all cool in undergrad. But once you get in grad chapter, you're full throttle with the business side of like the sorority.
Yeah. Don't forget that incorporated at the end. A lot of people miss it. I say that a lot on my channel as well. People forget that being in an organization is a business. That's why it is incorporated at the end. Not every organization has an incorporated at the end, mind you, but D9 organizations definitely do. So it is a business at the end of the day. I think for me, the saving grace being an undergrad was that you have someone in grad chapter to oversee you. So if you make a mistake, grad chapter can help you pick up the pieces. It's not like that when you're in graduate membership. There's no one there to pick up your pieces, so you have to hold yourself accountable as well as hold each other accountable. And that can be a lot. It can be daunting if you've never done it before, or if you're brand spanking new joining an organization and you don't really know how it works. But I'll also say that when you're new, it's okay and easy to make mistakes, because you have those other people in the chapter that are a little more seasoned, that have been in the organization for a while, that can help you. But it is a learning experience, and it is a business, and you have to treat it as such. Like, I tell people that who are interested in joining an organization, that it's like when you join a job, you have to do research about that job that you want to be a part of. So why would an organization like a sorority or fraternity be any different? You have to know what you're getting into before you commit to it. And I think that's a piece that a lot of people miss too when they're interested in joining an organization. Like, how do they approach it? Ooh, that might be a good topic for my next video. How to approach joining an organization.
Yes, approach.
The approach. How do you approach that? Ooh, that's a good topic for discussion. Great. Well, I think that is all the questions and time that we have. Micah, any final thoughts from you?
No, I don't have any final thoughts.
Well, I appreciate you jumping on the podcast and being my very first guest. I'm so excited to have you on for future content. I'm kind of deciding on whether or not I'm doing audio versus in person. We'll figure it out as we go. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this content. And Micah, thank you so much for being my very first guest.
No problem. Thank you.
We'll be seeing each other. You guys should have seen Micah in my previous vlog. She's one of the people that I'm always around when we have grad chapter events, because that's my buddy. But but we thank you guys so much for tuning in for this episode of KelsTells Sorority Talk. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.